Welcome to the spring semester. This is for English Composition 2, English 1302 for the online course. I'm looking forward to a good semester. Just want to go over a few details for you. Hopefully you have, at this time, had an opportunity to go through the course a little bit, look at some of the details. As you log into the course, of course, you go over here to the modules. You'll see all those details, but on the home page, which is where we were previously, you'll see my picture. My name is James Reed. If you do need to contact me, email is here. You can also contact through the email at Canvas Messages. If you need to come see me, I am in the Gibbs building, the academic building on the Athens campus. My office is A230, that's second floor. And I'm there typically 12:30 to 3 o'clock, actually a little later than that most of the time. Monday through Thursday, I have classes until 12:05, and then I come up to the office and I stay here for the rest of the afternoon. So you can contact me then. And it's during that time that you can probably reach me by phone, although sometimes I do have meetings, etc. So again, please make sure you complete the Student Success Agreement. We're going to go over that in just a moment, and then read everything in the Start Here module and begin the other details that we're going to go over in just a moment. So looking at the modules, we'll click here. You'll see the book is part of Inclusive Access. So our textbook is part of it. So when you signed up for the course, you were given the right to the textbook, and it'll be the Norton Introduction to Literature, the shorter 14th edition. You can click on Read Now. It'll open it up for you. I also have set up for you as well the link directly to Norton. Once you register with them, logging in, you'll be able to access the book from there as well. And there you'll see the details of the textbook, and you'll see the different aspects here. For instance, if I were to go here, it'll open up the textbook, and you'll see the pages here. Now, one aspect about this, as you go through, they scroll down and the pages change. So you have to click Next, and all it does is scroll down further, and you'll start seeing all the details here. And so this is how it's set up. If you'll notice, the pages changed from 18 to 19. So literally, as you scroll down from part to part, the pages will change, which makes it a little difficult sometimes to try to find an actual page, but it's possible for you to do so. If you look at View Location, it'll tell you where you are, exactly which parts you're on. You can also do a search, and I'm going to move this over just a little bit so you can see this. You can do a search. You can look at the table of contents, and under Fiction, Understanding the Text, Chapter 2, you'll see the details are here. So when trying to find the particular listed readings, I try to give you the page numbers, but if you'll note, when you look at the table of contents here, no page numbers are listed, which makes it a little difficult to choose. Rather, it'll be easier for you just to type in, for instance, if I type in Hemingway and hit enter, there you'll find the story Hills Like White Elephants. And there it tells you it's page 699, which is what I have listed for you. And again, if you scroll down, the pages change to 700, 701, 702, and you're through. It's not a very long story. But that's the easiest way probably to locate something is go through the search, or just up here and look at that. So that's your textbook. And again, it's available for you through the Inclusive Access, so you've already paid for it. Now, one aspect that we have is that we tell you how to access course materials in a separate module called Textbook and Materials. Don't ask it. You would think that all this should be together, but no, we separate it out. If you do not want to use Inclusive Access, if you already have a copy of the textbook for some reason, you purchased one elsewhere, which you can buy a physical copy, you can opt out, and you just submit the form and tell the tech people that you want to opt out. If you do have issues trying to access the textbook, I give you the support link for Norton here. So those are the first few modules. And then you have the Student Success Agreement. This does not take long. it's the very first thing you need to do. Go here. I'll show you the preview of it. It takes a click right there where you acknowledge that you are attending, and then you hit submit, and you are through with it. You have to do this because it's important. Again, I'll go back and read you the details of why it's important. The completion of this will count as attending the course. If you do not complete this agreement, you'll be considered as not attending, even if you by some chance go through and log in and read or whatever, but it won't count and you will be dropped, removed from the course. And so you need to complete this agreement for every course you've signed up to take. And so please make sure you do this. I have it available on the first day of class until the next week, the 28th. It's due on the 26th, so I'm giving you several days to get this taken care of so that we'll have that particular administrative detail handled. After you complete the Student Success Agreement, you should then be able to get into the Start Here module, which simply goes into some of the details, welcome you to the course. Again, it just tells you some of the same details. We get a little, shall we say that we get a little repetitive at times with some of the details. Here it is about me and where I am and all the details there. And again, we're a little repetitive. Again, details about TVCC, technology, and parts there that you can look at, and the standards, how to follow those, the code of etiquette. The syllabus, if you click here or here, you'll see the syllabus. Attendance policy, again, references about the student attendance or success agreement that needs to be filled in. I do have a drop policy. If you fail to log into the course on a regular basis, my recommendation is at least twice a week. So you're reading your assignments, doing your reading, looking at announcements, and occasionally posting discussions. I have not put any discussion topics up yet. I'm waiting for the semester to go along before I put any of those up. I realize that for some people that accessing the textbook sometimes can prove problematic. At first, I'm not going to put anything up immediately, although you do have a couple of reading assignments. So we will have discussions later. Hopefully, we'll be able to have some Zoom sessions later in the semester where we'll be able to meet and talk about the work. But please make sure that you are attending on a regular basis and completing the work on time and making sure that it does get submitted appropriately. The previous, let me go back here. The previous one mentions that all work, well, it must be, go back here, here we go. Trying to get back to the one that says it. There it is. All assignments will be, it says essay assignments, but actually it's all assignments will be posted to turn it in through Canvas. So you have to be able to understand how to do that. And under the modules, and we're going to go back here, tell you some details about course information, and I have for you a detail which is provided from our Canvas people, which is not quite as easily understood, how to submit a paper to turn it in through Canvas. And then I have a video which is produced by the University of Kentucky. The professor here is part of their LRC, and he did a video. It's not very long. You see, it's about 6 minutes, and he explains how to use and turn in an assignment from Canvas to turn it in. And also, at the end of it, he even says, if you submit the wrong one or you need to resubmit something, how to go about doing that. So this is a very good video to watch if you're not familiar with Turnitin, or even if you are, just to refresh yourself. I also have posted for you how to find the feedback on your essays. Each essay that goes into Turnitin will be read, marked, comment will be made, and then a rubric will be scored. And you can find those usually within a week or so. I try to keep it as fast as I can. I usually try to keep it to 1 week or less to get all the submissions marked and the comments made. And so you'll be able to look at that for each of your assignments, and especially the essays, comments that I make. And so this tells you how to go about doing that. The other part here, this is something that they gave us a few years ago, and it's just if you're on campus at any time and you need some assistance, this tells you where to go. And they give you the location, what building it's in, and also a phone number. And since you're online, you may want to use the phone number more, but if you do need to request a transcript to be sent to a school that you're transferring to, well, there's the number. If you need to check about transfer credits, there's the number. If you have issues while you're on campus, say, you lost your ID card, there's the number. If you have information about, if you need details about scholarships, there's the number. Excuse me for that popping up. Again, if you are on campus anytime you get a parking ticket, well, there's where you need to go. So again, it's very, very useful information in case you are on campus or even if you're off campus, but you need to contact somebody. So again, that's the Start Here module. After that, the next module is about the writing process and writing about literature. I have you an overview about what 1302 involves, what the learning outcomes are, the general education outcomes, and what student outcomes, what you're expected to be able to accomplish by taking this course and being successful in the course. I have for you some PowerPoints talking about the writing process itself, and then also about the literary essay, what's different about it compared to other essays that you may have written. And sometimes it takes a little while for the PowerPoint to load into Canvas. And if that's the case, which is what's happening here, sometimes you just refresh it and it'll work a little bit better, or just download it here. Now see, now it's working a little bit better. There you go. This was one that just tells you a little bit of detail about what it is, what a literary essay is, and what it's expected to be taking for you to do. I'm going to be reviewing this later, but it'll go in, and essentially the literary essay is an argument where you're trying to introduce a topic, discuss the work, and trying to present a thesis that will be argued through your analysis of the work that you're looking at. You are to have paragraphs. We're going to talk a little about structuring in just a moment. You again are trying to prove your thesis, which means, again, that is argument. So what you learned in 1301 about argumentation will be applied to this course. So just keep that in mind. And again, you can review that when I have it up here for you. And I'll be looking at it with one of my lectures. This is some handouts and details that go into how to write the literary essay. Again, if it takes a while for it to load, well, this was not. This goes into detail about that one, about the elements of a good essay, have a good thesis, have a sound introduction, have develop paragraphs and a sound conclusion. And please note that this gives you an example of a conclusion. Please note it does not start with in conclusion. People, for essays, don't ever use that phrase. An essay is not a speech. With a speech, you need to say in conclusion, so that your audience are aware that you are preparing to end. With an essay, reading the essay shows that there's nothing else written. The conclusion should flow smoothly from all the previous material and make the final point you're trying to make. So please keep that in mind. I'm just making some points here. And again, it goes into what thesis is, critical analysis, and an example essay over short stories that you can look at. This was done a few years ago. It's not a perfect essay. It does have some issues, but it gives you a sound example. And again, if it takes a while to load, you can refresh it, and quite often that will help it, or you can also just download it here. Well, this is interesting. Hasn't done that before. Let's see what happens here. Okay, we'll try it one more time, see if this will load up. Yep, now it's loading. You can see again, putting a header, having a heading, having paragraphs. This one has extra spaces between the paragraphs, and that needs to be corrected. I'll show you how to do that in a later video. It has the citations for the use of information from the story. Has the details. It blocks it when it's going to take more than pre-typed lines. And again, I'll go over some details here, because when you block it, you don't have to use the quotation marks. So when I go over this again later, I'll explain some of this, but you can see an example here that I give to you. And so this is all under the writing process, so you understand about how to write about literature and what you need to do. Then we have a unit over short stories. I put the first couple of stories here, up here for you to look at. And again, these are the ones you have daily assignments over. And then you'll see the assignments, first daily assignment, second, and the third daily assignment, which is over the jewelry, which is in the textbook. And then your first essay assignment is here. Again, with it, when you click on that one, there's a handout. And again, we have to wait to see if it'll upload. And if you just have to refresh it, sometimes it'll load. We'll try this again. It's acting up a little bit, but we'll see if it'll work this time. If it doesn't load, you can always download it here. In Canvas, sometimes acts up. But anyway, this gives you the handout and gives you your topics to look at. And then once you have your essay written, you click here on the gray bar, and that opens. Turn it in. You'll see the URL. Let me get this raised. You'll see the URL now says turnitin.com. My page looks a little different because the instructor looks a little different. I'll show you. Let me go back, refresh this page again so I can get this to load. And this time you should see a little bit more what the student will see. You'll see this figure, and you'll have a button over here saying Submit Assignment. And you click on it and just upload your file from your computer. So again, that's part of it, and that's how you'll upload to it, and it'll show your topics. We aren't worried about those right this moment. Trying to get Canvas to work with us. There we go. Just a little slow. And so again, this is the first assignment, and the other units follows suit. The poetry, there's overview, any details about handouts regarding what it means to do in approach poetry. There's a PowerPoint on it from the publisher. You have some articles to look at. PowerPoint over one of the poems we'll be looking at. Then here are your assignments. And again, there's the essay topic over poetry. Click on it. We'll see if this one works any better. Doesn't look as if it is. We'll just go ahead and go back. And so, again, the drama unit is the same way, same structure. You'll see that. And then you have the research paper, which is a major part of the course. This talks about what the overview is. It tells you a little bit about what the research paper involves, what you're expected to learn. And then the approach of how to write literary analysis research paper is here. And again, if it doesn't load, that's okay. You can download it, look at it. But it also goes into other details and PowerPoint over it. I have a sample research paper for you to look at. And then I will be posting a video. I currently have one just setting up there to hold the places from about 3 years ago now. I'll be doing a more updated one for you. And again, some details about it. And that will be the situation there for you. And so this is how we're looking at the overall course and what's involved there. And so the structure is just follow through. I am looking forward to a good semester. And as I said, I'll be posting this. I'll be posting it under the Start Here module, probably right here underneath this one. And I'll also put it in the announcements, the link to it in the announcement. All right, well, I'm looking forward to a good semester, and I hope that we have a great and successful time.